against Noppert. How crucial could that be? And here's an interesting statistic for you. Danny Noppert has not been behind at any stage for any length of time so far in this tournament. Daryl is beginning to ask the questions. Let's get back to your commentary box.
You took the words right out of my mouth, Rob. I was just going to say, if Daryl Fitton can win the first leg of this set, Noppert will be behind for the first time all championship. 3-1 winner against Dave Cameron, front running in round one. A 4-0 winner, losing just 2 legs against his good friend Richard Veenstra in the second round, and he beat Scott Waits 5-3 last night in the quarterfinals.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Fifth set, first leg. It's Danny to throw first. Game on.
So, Daryl Fitton with a chance
180
to make Danny Noppert trail for the first time, but that's not a bad start after the break, after losing 2 sets in a row from the Dutchman, the 3rd seed. Fitton responds in kind. Oh, more of the same, please. This is brilliant.
Well, Fitton's not going to let him go, is he?
100.
One of the things to take into consideration as well, the fact that Danny Noppert finished his game late last night against Scott Waits, and a pretty quick turnaround.
57.
Well, that double 12 was to level the match. And his reaction spoke 1,000 words. He tries to keep his feelings hidden, you know, Daryl Fitton. Oh, did he enjoy it?
Well, I don't know about you, Vassos, but I would not want to be on the end of that right hook.
Danny, you require
That's a pretty good
147.
chopping right from the inside. I think John Rawling would agree.
He's left himself on 169 here, Daryl.
131.
He's a little careless. But Noppert, with double 8 when he comes back, has been all over this leg.
137.
Proper leg of darts, this.
Danny, you require 16.
Both on doubles after 12. Will Noppert close it out? Yes, he
Game
will.
shot on the first leg.
Quality leg of darts.
Danny Noppert.
First one after the break.
Second leg, it's Daryl to throw
Impressive.
first. Game on.
Still, he's not been behind all week. Daryl beat an out-of-sorts Wouter Vaas, 3-0. Way back on
99.
Saturday afternoon, Pip Blackwell was dispatched 4-1 in the second round. And a terrific contest with Geert de Vos, the Belgian, in the semi-finals yesterday.
100.
Daryl just about came through at 5-4, but needed a 170 checkout along the way. And he was 7 darts deep into a potential 9 darter.
The Vaas game feels like an eternity
100.
from now. It really
Feels like last year's World Championship,
It
doesn't
really
it?
does, yeah. So much has happened since then. Maybe that's just my lakeside inexperience. My first time here.
93.
It's been brilliant. Paddy High campers. Hope they're having a good time.
$47.
Interesting thinking from Noppert there. 308 usually signifies going for a treble 18 first. Single 18 and 2 treble 20s leaves a finish, but he went for the 20s. Had a slip but recovered well in the treble 19s.
Needs a big visit here, Daryl Fitton.
60.
Doesn't get it. Noppert has nicked the darts.
Well, earlier in the week, Danny Noppert was walking around just below our commentary box area here, just around Lakeside, and he was barely being recognised by anybody. Now he can't walk anywhere. He was walking around with his Netherlands team jacket on, with a lot of pride, speaking to his friends and his coach and team manager. Since he's had a couple of victories, he's been spending all of his time in the back room.
Treble 20 for double 8. Yeah, 76 left. Now, so a 138 opportunity,
Darryl, you require 138.
if you can call it that, from Daryl Fitton.
Would have been 2 treble 19s. That was the target. 2 of those would have left a double that I think has turned this
42.
match. Misses on double 12 for Noppert, hits for Fitton.
2 10s for a 2-leg lead, 2 5s.
Game shot on the second leg.
When he misses,
Danny Noppert.
they don't stay missed, do they?
Third leg, it's Danny to throw first. Game on.
He's rarely punished for a missed double. He was, of course, in the deciding leg of that last set. Missed tops for the set. But otherwise,
85.
if he aims at a double, he wins the leg.
He's pretty much similar against Scott Waits as well. I'll tell you what as well, the crowd are all sitting down right now. The last set they weren't. It's all gone quiet at Lakeside.
First to 6, remember, through to what will be, for either of them, a first Lakeside final. Tony O'Shea, if you're just joining us, is here for the 15th year in a row. Tony O'Shea, Daryl Fitton, I should say. It's been a long week. Lost to Tony O'Shea, his good mate, in the semi-finals in 2009. It was the last time he reached this stage.
That can't have been an easy game for either of those guys.
Well, I remember talking to them about it. They said it really wasn't.
It's probably easier playing against someone from a different country
100.
that you don't know a great deal about. You obviously know a little bit about Danny, but these Dutch English rivalries, there's just so many of them now. It's almost like a fight for superiority in the darting world. Who's the best, the English or the Dutch? And potentially now, the Scottish are definitely weighing in on that, and the Welsh.
No question. GB Holland. Just how we like it.
That would make a pretty good Ryder Cup style format, wouldn't it?
116 for the set for Danny Noppert. He can still finish with a treble 20 and a double 18 for a 116, and the set
80.
Well, he needs to pull something out of the bag again. Shanghai 20s. Bobby George was talking about it at the top of the programme. Treble 20 has been hit. Single 20. Yes, please. He's got that,
80.
but he misses the double top. So Noppert for the set.
36.
Two missed double 18s. Switches to double 9. Once again, isn't punished for a couple of missed doubles.
First leg, it's Daryl to throw first. Game on.
And he's a full set ahead again. The third seed, Danny Noppert, 26 years of age. Daryl is 54.
135.
He's been coming to Lakeside every year since his 30s.
So Danny would have been around 11 years of age
96.
when Daryl made his debut here.
Exactly that. Two in. Is this maximum? Number 6 for Daryl Fitton. You bet it is. Number 9 of the match.
One of my favourite darting statistics about age was a few years ago now, when a young man by the name of James Hubbard played Phil Taylor at the Grand Slam of darts, and they said by the time James was born, Phil Taylor already had 2 world titles.
134.
Decent leg of darts this from Daryl Fitton. Start of the 6th set.
Daryl, you require 52.
This is for an 11-darter. Oh dear, he missed the fat 12. So just the 1 dart at tops for a 12-darter.
Shot on the first leg, Daryl Fitton. Second leg, Danny throwing first.
I'll tell you what, in future legs, if he misses the single and he's still got 1 dart at a double, it's nothing to panic about, because he's done that twice now.
177.
Brilliant start from Danny Noppert. That 9 that appears next to his name means that he's on for the perfect leg of darts. A 9-darter.
180.
Not seen on the Lakeside stage since 1990. Noppert can't do it anymore this leg, but Daryl Fitton still can.
60.
He hit 2 straight maximums yesterday, then the 7th, but missed with the 8th dart. Not to be this time.
135.
But again, a good visit. 186 left after 6 darts. The standard's going up, you know.
It certainly is. They're starting to find their range a little bit more in this 6th set. And I thought if anybody was going to hit a 9-darter here this week, it was going to be Daryl, because he does have experience of hitting a 9-dart like on TV. Has done it at the Zyderdown Masters. He got closer than anybody has this week.
56.
What are you thinking as a darts player when you hit 180, 180 and you're 141 left, and you know that whatever happens, it's a little bit of darting history if you can pull it off?
Honestly, the one thing you're thinking is get the 7th. That's the hardest one, because you don't think about the 9-darter when you get the first 180. You don't think about it when you get the second one, but you do in the next visit.
Needs treble 20 for a bullseye here, and Noppert's on 88.
94.
Good last start.
88.
Noppert might have to cancel that cab if he hits double 14. Double 7.
74.
Not to be. So Fitton comes back, and he could put himself in a really good position if he hits his double 18 to go 2-0 up in the set.
For a breaker throw.
Daryl, you require 36.
For a 13-dart leg. And for a 2-leg lead. Double 9. That landed in Hampshire.
18.
And so, I'm afraid, did that.
Danny, you require 14.
He's not going to split it. He's going to go straight for it.
Game
Why not?
shot on the second
Fearless
leg.
starts.
Danny Noppert.
Danny Noppert takes advantage of the misses from the Dazzler.
Third leg, it's
And what
Daryl
could have
to
been
throw first.
a nice
Game
little
on.
cushion for Fitton in this set. It's now turning into a battle.
There he is again, John Lockham, the Dutch team manager. How much coaching does go on
77.
in the game of darts?
More so these days. If you'd asked that question about 15, 16 years ago, I'd have said none. But nowadays you've got academies, you've got
123.
good managers, good coaches, especially in the Netherlands. And people like Mark Webster, former Lakeside champion, he's been seeing a coach called Steve Feeney, someone who's worked with
60.
snooker players like Stuart Bingham, who's won the world title, just looking at lines and line of sight, things like that, just trying to squeeze that lemon for a little bit more than what you've got. Definitely pays dividends to some of those guys.
No problems, you would think, for Fitton in this particular leg. A load of 223.
45. Daryl, you require 141.
And that's not a very big bite out of that from Noppert. So, treble 19, double 12. He will be back
89.
at least once.
Big gap in this leg. Noppert is probably in his own head giving it up. He'll be thinking about the next leg already.
57. Darryl, you require 52.
Treble 12 for double 8. Yes, nicely done.
Darryl Fitton, fourth leg, Danny throwing first.
Lakeside loving that. We really do have a match on here.
I'm very glad we've got a match on here.
134.
For the crowd's sake. People getting involved now from the camps. They know it's crunch time.
$134.
There's the Fitton camp. Daughters Sarah and Michelle. They've got the hardest job this afternoon.
79.
Living every dart, but not able to do anything about it.
I can't say from experience because I've never watched any of my relatives actually play darts on the stage, but I've been told by my friends and family that it's horrendous. I've watched friends, and that's hard enough.
$100.
Such a big man, and he's almost like he's caressing the dart as he holds it, preparing to release Darryl Fitton.
Completely the opposite of Scott Waite. When Scott holds it, it looks like he's got it by the scruff of the neck.
Yeah,
but with
take
Darryl,
this dart.
It just tickles it. Really lightly placed in a very solid grip.
Holding it like a newborn baby.
28.
Such delicate grip. Like he loves the dart. And what's not to love when they go in that red bit?
140. Danny, you require 160.
Favourite for the set now, unless Danny Noppert can take out 160. It's still on. 6 of the 8 20s have been gone.
120.
That's twice it tops.
Danny requires 67.
He's had the last couple of legs, and both of them have gone high. So this place will go bananas if Darryl Fitton can take the remaining 50 off in this leg. Double top for the set. Oh yeah! 3-3. Fitton gives it the gesture. We're level.
Again, still Danny Noppert has not been behind at Lakeside all week, but he's not been in a battle like this either. Lakeside love the dazzler. He loves a battle. It's 3 legs apiece.
What a match and what an afternoon. Brilliant live drama here on Channel 4. They're all square.
Now, Vassos, so just sitting at the back, tweeting a few people and exchanging views, and Wayne Mardle and John Part joining in the banter and talking between each other, and they were saying that if Darryl goes on to win this match, that maximum followed by the 156 checkout has to go down in darting histories as one of the great darts checkouts. You know, that's from his peers who are saying that and recognizing that it was just a fabulous moment, and it's a moment which has got him right back into it, because I was sitting there at him 2-0 down thinking, well, if this goes on, you know, you could see it being 6-1, 6-zip, who knows? But, you know, I mean, serious guts and serious bravery to take that checkout out. Great respect.
If you're just joining us, the situation was Danny Noppert leading by 2-0. He had taken a...
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. 7th set, first leg, it's Danny throwing first.
Taking a 2-1 lead in the 3rd set. Fitton hit back. With Noppert waiting on a double, Fitton hit 156 to take the set against the darts. Followed it up by winning the 4th set, and now just a moment ago the 6th, so there's still no separating
58.
them. But it was a huge momentum changer. in the context of this match. And as you say, John, he preceded that 156, the 2 treble 20s and a double 18, with a maximum to leave himself a finish.
100.
Yeah, it was a great moment, but how is it going to pan out? The Dutch, of course, hoping that this new young sensation can prevail.
121.
I think the bulk of the crowd are in the Fitton camp. He's a very popular figure, 54 years old now, been around a long time, but he can still throw. But look at this from Noppert.
140.
You're right, if Fitton wins, the Lakeside crowd goes right bananas.
Great atmosphere in here today. They are loving this game, living every dart with the lads up on the stage. Look at that, rapt attention.
21.
Treble 20 for double 18.
$65.
Well, no finish for Fitton. All he can do is try and hit a big number and just hope that Noppert twitches and gives him an opportunity. Well, this is what he wanted. That's very, very handy indeed. 2 treble 19s. Oh, what a visit, and what a setup. That is brilliant.
2 darts at double top, but they're under pressure. Oh, he's very, very good, isn't he? He's very, very cool under pressure.
Game on.
He hits the doubles when he needs to.
14 dart leg. And Fitton had turned the screw and made it a must-take. I do like the look of Noppert. He's a very cool customer.
96.
Whether it helps him that he doesn't have great English, I don't know, but he seems so unaware of, or so composed, if you like. Unaware is not the right word, but just seems to be able to block out extraneous influences.
83.
Just calmly going about his business like he has done all week.
He's an uncomplicated style, which serves him well in pressure situations. And he's a really good addition to the darting world.
95.
First big tournament here, first visit to this World Championship. Win or lose here, he's acquitted himself really well.
96.
Like we mentioned during the first couple of sets, this time last year, very few people had heard of Danny Noppert.
Well, there'd be a fair few who were turning up this year and seeing him up there in the betting before the tournament began. I think he was second favourite before a dart was thrown, and thinking, who's this guy? This man that did know, and he was 33 to 1 before the tournament started. So if he were to win, there'd be 1 or 2 pleasant little flutters which would be coming home. The on-site bookies will be wincing if they're hearing me say that.
111.
Treble 20 for Bull. It's not the worst checkout, you know, the 126.
It isn't. He'll be looking at 19s.
26.
4 of them would be very handy. Needs a treble now for the Bull. He's got it. Bullseye for 126 for the break of throw. Ooh, good effort, not quite.
Darry requires 72.
To hold his throw and level the set. 2 darts at double 6. Right at the bottom of the board now, double 3.
69.
Horrible double.
Danny requires
1 double 1 if he gets back, and that's a sizable if. He'll go 1 double 12.
He hasn't hit double 12 yet. Still hasn't. Danny Noppert.
13.
Double 6 either. They always say the one's harder than the double one. Darrell, a little bit tongue-in-cheek, said it's his favourite double earlier in the week because he winds up on it so often. Here we go, double 1. Not his favourite this time.
Danny, you require 12.
Double six, you don't expect him to miss, and
Danny Noppert.
he duly obliges and takes a two-leg lead. That was a break of throw, so Noppert with the darts. He's still never been behind, you know, John.
No, it kind of nipped under the radar, that, didn't it? But it was a really significant moment, and he's throwing for the set now, and for a 4-3 advantage.
96.
You see in that facial reaction that it was a key moment.
'86. '96.
So much experience, Fitton. He's going to have to really dip into that
81.
reservoir of knowledge. Vladimir Putin, a darts fan.
'99.
Love seeing the fancy dress outfits which turn up. People take a lot of pride and fun in it.
41.
And a fair number of cognoscenti here as well, who really understand the nuances of this game. A few cogs turning.
58.
Well, the upshot of it all is that he's 152 points away from the set, and Darryl Fitton just at the moment isn't putting him under pressure, but that might change if he can persuade that last one in.
180.
His 8th maximum of this semi-final.
11 in the match altogether to this point. Decent response from Noppert and a nice setup, so now Fitton with a chance. Important moment again.
Treble 19 would have left double 18, but he strayed into the treble 3.
49.
So is Noppert going to close out the set now? 56 he wants. There's the 16 now, tops. He's missed a few up on this part of the board. Double 10.
Game shot on the
yes.
7th set.
Oh yes.
Danny Noppert.
4-3 up.
First leg, it's Darryl to throw first. Game
And he
on.
moves just a step closer.
Third time he's won a set 3-0.
95.
They've all been with the darts though, so just the one break of throw, and Darryl will just think, hold your throw, level again, 4 apiece, but here goes Noppert on the maximum hunt. That was his 4th of this match, Danny Noppert.
100.
Steady response from Darryl Fitton, but Noppert already with the set advantage and with a great opportunity here to press on towards a potential break of throw. He didn't need that treble 3.
The closer we get to the finishing line, the more important the sets become, and he has come back from 2 sets down before Darryl Fitton, but he doesn't want to fall 2 down with 3 to play.
He's a temperament though, hasn't he? He's a solid temperament. He withstood a late surge from Scott Waits in the quarterfinal, maintained his form and saw himself through to this match.
100. Danny, you require 136.
Well,
Good
if
moves.
this was a boxing match, it would be a bit of a tear-up just at the moment.
That was done for my
96.
benefit.
Darryl, you require
I like a nice
158.
boxing match. Good one tonight with James DeGale trying to prove he's the best super middleweight in the world against Badu Jack.
58. Danny, you require 40.
to break the throw. One more.
Game shot on the first leg. Danny Noppert.
Jackie there.
Second leg, it's Danny
cheering on.
Game on.
The Netherlands throw up. He's Belgian actually, Danny, but it's next door. The Low Countries.
He does. He supports the Dutch players almost as passionately as he supports the Belgians. Because Jackie, he's been coming for longer than Daryl Fitton to Lakeside.
He's a massive darts fan, isn't he?
100.
And, I think it's fair to say that Jackie is also a significant party animal.
Ain't that the truth?
Is that a euphemism? I think so.
Fitton with problems here, having been broken in the first leg of that set, the 8th. Trying to find a way to break back.
Yeah, this could be slipping away from Daryl if he doesn't find this break back soon. Noppert just continues to plug away.
99.
A bit reminiscent of the Canadian Jeff Smith in both style and temperament, I think, Danny Noppert.
100.
Maximum number 9 for Big Daryl.
94 left after 9 darts.
They'll be dancing in the streets of Urmston if he wins
40.
this.
Daryl, you require 94.
They do anyway.
Treble 20 for double 8.
78.
He will be back with another look at that double 8.
That's not good. There's 3 of them. Solid 200 now. Still not on a finish.
43.
Well, just about, but this is a great chance for Daryl.
Game shot on the second leg.
Well done, Daryl.
Third leg, it's
His
Daryl
family
to throw first.
And
Game on.
army of supporters in good voice and still believing. Place in the final to face either Jamie Hughes or Glenn Durrant. That's the match this
60.
evening. It'll be a pretty quick turnaround if this one goes the distance.
Excellent first dart from Danny Noppert. This is brilliant.
140.
Pouncing all over the 60 from Fitton to start this leg.
Six.
It was an interesting crowd shot a few moments ago, isn't it? Not often you mention Jim Bowen and Prince in the same sentence.
100.
There he is, Jackie. During Fitton's match against DeVos yesterday, Jackie was up and down, cheering and holding his head in his hands.
140.
You'd be thinking he'd be sending messages from Planet Bonkers looking at him for the first time, but he knows the sports, really does.
140.
Excellent, excellent leg of darts from Danny Noppert so far. Ton 40, ton 40.
Let's see if he can get the break when he comes back. 121 rather, always a favoured option of these players. He'll be looking for treble 20 with the first start. He's got it. And now moving on for a bull. Oh yes, oh yes. 121, and that is again a tremendous moment and a tremendous checkout from Danny Noppert. A break, 2-1 up, 4-3 up in sets.
You have to admire his bottle, his nerves, and his ability
100.
to cope under pressure.
Cool, isn't he?
First bull checkout we've seen in this semi-final for a 1-2-1, and what it means is Daryl Fitton needs to break straight back. It's not a bad start, is it? Or he's 2 sets down again.
He's whacking those big scores. He's always been a heavy 180 man, as Daryl Fitton. His Achilles heel so often has been the checkouts. Not too bad today, still with a 34% rate as against Noppert's 37%.
He missed his first 7, did Daryl, so since then
150.
he's done all right.
And
His average is higher.
Yeah, I was going to say, he's just outscoring him as well by not a significant amount, but he is doing nevertheless. But the stats which really matter are those on your screen now.
56.
They take a break at the end of this set. So is it going to be 5-3? Or will it be 4 apiece? He's got a good chance here of the break again. Fitton, the swapping breaks like a ping pong match. It's just being whacked back and forth between the two of them.
Yeah, all 3 legs so far have gone against the darts in this set, the 8th.
Always does that, doesn't he? Little idiosyncratic tapping of the dart from Daryl. There's a 25.
16 for tops then.
You'd assume. Here we go. Yes, oh yes. Good darts, important darts. And it's parity once more, and Fitton with the darts to make it 4 apiece.
Well, 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 what a big leg of darts this is. Good last dart.
Certainly was. It's turning out and building towards what could 60. Be a thrilling climax, this match. Still, I'm sure, a lot of twists and turns still to go. Fitton in a good position now to get back onto level terms.
98.
Just the wrong side of the wire if you're a Fitton fan. That last dart to the treble 7, not the treble 19. Steady ton from Noppert. All of these visits so crucial in a leg like this. Such a huge difference between 5-3 and 4-all.
Yeah,
goes without saying, but in a race to 6,
140.
it's a long way back against a consistent player like Danny Noppert.
It's psychological, isn't it? You know, if you go to the break and you've got just knowing you've got to take everything, then that is pretty horrendous. But 4-all, you're thinking, yeah, okay, well, he's had his moments, but I can still win this one. And Fitton moving on to a finish now.
100.
Steady ton.
On for a 14-dart leg to hold. If he can take that 82 out in 2 darts, which would be outstanding.
100.
But Noppert is snapping at his heels, isn't he, now at 42? Can he do it? I think he's looking at the bullseye. Well, he wanted that for double 16, now he's left double 7.
68.
Oh, that could be painful.
Danny, you require 100.
Oh, look at Michelle. She can't watch as Danny Noppert lines up 101 for a 2-set lead. The treble 19 leaves a double 12 for 5-3.
Game shot on the
That is outstanding from Danny Noppert. A big, big finish just when he needed it. And that thumbs up. I think he thinks he's broken the back of this semi-final. He's only 1 set away now. 5-3. Noppert leads Fitton.
Championship final. Let's get straight back to commentary.
Yes, it's his first World Championship semi-final. 24 hours after his first World Championship quarter-final, which was a couple of days after his first World Championship second-round match.
It's in turn.
Basically, it's his Lakeside debut, Danny Noppert. He's the third seed. He's on form, on fire to take out that 101 and a 5-3 lead.
I know there's, sorry, Vassos, I know there's going to be people who are watching and thinking, you know, 101. People do it all the time, but it, you know, and what was good about it was in the context of the match. Okay, it's a 101, which you do see many times, but when it's at that stage of the match, taking it out showed nerves, and it kind of underlined the fact that we've got a guy who's emerging here in these championships who is a significant player.
Being put under pressure by Daryl Fitton, who just missed double 7 for the set. Noppert had missed 5 darts in a row at double 12, which is one of his favourite doubles. He takes out 25 with 1 double 12, but he'd failed to do it 5 times. Had 1 dart at double 12 and hit it. Brilliant start to this set from Noppert as well. Turn 40, turn 80. Wow.
And his 5th maximum, and Daryl responds with his 11th.
Good fun here at Lakeside, isn't it?
Sure is.
100.
Well, it's practically impossible to break a player who can take out a leg in 12 darts or less.
140.
And that's what Danny Noppert's doing here.
Potential 11 darter. Treble 19 he's looking for. Well, he's not got it now. He's going for 12, I think. So double 13, because he's got the treble. A single would have left him bull. He's just checking, but he's on double 13. Oh yes, oh yes. He can see that finishing line now, and that eases him closer to it. And there's the Dutch team manager, who's going to be happy with what his man is doing up there.
100.
3 times out of 4. When he's thrown first, he's won the set 3-0. As you say, that finishing line is well within sight now.
96.
I wonder if Glenn Durrant is watching this, because potentially, if he accounts for Jamie Hughes tonight, the #1 seed could be facing
58.
Danny Noppert in the final. That'll be an interesting one. Jamie Hughes, of course, will have very different ideas. Could be a good match.
100.
Suddenly, the missed double 7 from Daryl Fitton to level the match at 4 sets all. It's looking like a huge miss.
Well, we said before, didn't we? You know, if you go in at 5-3 down, it's a hell of a lot difference to 4 apiece, because Noppert now only needs 2 more legs, and he's there.
If we've learned anything about Daryl Fitton over the years, the 15 years he's been coming to Lakeside, is that he's a real scrapper and never knows when he's beaten. But I wonder, does he think he wins it from here?
He'll keep on pitching, you can be sure of that. There's not a lot he can do about the overall, you know, you don't look at the finishing line when you're in that position. He'd be saying, and you know, any darts player would say, you just got to take it 1 leg at a time. He's just got to keep on finding his best darts and keep on hanging in there. Noppert's up first to a finish, though.
Slightly carelessly, Daryl Fitton's left 166, which cannot be taken out in 3 darts, one of the bogey numbers. So, to move to within a leg of the World Championship final. They call it Shanghai when it's triple, single, double on the same number. It's almost always 20s. Needs the treble. No, so Daryl Fitton will be back, and he will need to take out 68.
Shanghai, a famous old pub game, of course, for the uninitiated. 16 now for double 16. To hold his throw. Oh,
52.
and Noppert can punish him now.
Danny required 20.
Smiling already.
Game shot on the second.
And that's
leg.
why.
Danny Noppert.
I think what you said at the end of that last set, Vassos, when he got that 1-0, was it 101 checkout? I think that then was the moment that he did psychologically think that he'd broken the back of the match and was moving towards the finish, and now he's got the darts to do precisely that and take his place in the final.
99.
Steady start from the Dutchman. Fitton must break, then hold, then break again.
Massive ask, isn't it? And you can't, in all honesty, see it happening. The crowd would go bonkers if he manages to get a break. But will he? Can he? This is a visible
140.
explanation of his desire.
Such small margins.
140.
He's averaging higher, Darryl Fitton. Their checkout percentage is round about the same. But he is on the brink of a third Lakeside World Championship semi-final defeat. This is for the match.
137 for this brilliant young Dutchman. He's done the first part of it. He can't do it this time, but he will return. 97. He's got darts in his hand because Fitton not on a finish. He'll come back wanting double tops. Fitton 220. That makes it 160.
83.
But now it can be all over.
Require 40.
One dart at the red bit at the top of the board. Now double 10 for a place in the final.
Game,
there
shots,
it is.
And the match. Danny Noppert.
And you have to say, that is brilliant from Danny Noppert, the third seed. Nerveless. Fitton put him under all sorts of pressure, but he did not wobble. A debutant at Lakeside, a finalist at Lakeside. Danny Noppert is through to the final.